Okay, so we're joined by Dr. Marwan today, the CEO of Dubai Blockchain Center. Welcome to this amazing summit. I think it's really interesting. You just were giving your keynote. How do you think AIBC summit so far? And what do you think the summary of your keynote in 3 points?
AIBC has always been a very kind of forward-looking event. Of course, it's foresaw that AI and blockchain will merge and create this very good value proposition. And there's no better place in the world to do it than Dubai. So I was just giving an overview of how Dubai can play a role in multiplying the force of these two innovations and really scaling up companies from Dubai to the whole world through digital transformation and also through the real extraction of the value proposition of these two technologies.
And this brings me to my first question, which is related to regulation. You mentioned VARA. Dubai is really embracing this crypto-friendly regulation and then how it goes through the regulation and how it's really advanced, especially with virtual assets. What do you think the regulatory clarity will impact fintech's innovation and investments?
It will have a huge impact, 100%. So we've seen the whole industry moving to Dubai and the UAE. We've seen also new innovations in the space when it comes to AI adoption within the blockchain space and vice versa, use of blockchain to verify the training sets and digitally sign any kind of AI corpuses or the training data for AI, making sure that it comes from transparent sources, make sure there's no copyright breaches, make sure that the rightful owners of that data are actually being compensated for their data when it's being used, whether it's a work of art, musicians and artists and lyrics writers as well as book authors, all are compensated. Blockchain provides that mechanism where they can get compensated using the technology and also through the crypto payments aspect.
That's the beauty of democratizing, data, if you wanna call it, or even democratizing ideas and intellectual property and so on. Now, UAE has been pushing forward for cashless transactions for a long while now, and more importantly also digital banking. How do you see blockchain playing a role into the future of financial services in Dubai?
I think we're on the right path here in the UAE where we have already a couple of initial approvals and also coming up very soon UAE stablecoins. That's going to open a huge window of not only payments but also cross country transmission of funds, also KYC, ML clarity as well, access to finance, access to liquidity, access to ecosystems that were out of reach without this kind of technology, without being exposed to the fluctuations of the prices when it comes to market sentiment and also other kind of influences that could manipulate the crypto markets. So stablecoin is always a good idea. Stablecoin tied to the AE dirham is even a better idea for us here in the region and gives us that international kind of dimension as well, where we can send and receive everything in our native currency.
Really interesting talking about new dimensions, because this opens up new economical ventures, if you want to call them. And this is why Dubai is really attracting some of the world's biggest, maybe fintechs, firms and blockchain, of course. What makes the city a prime destination for fintech entrepreneurs, and most importantly, that are looking to scale? And we know the region, Dubai has been booming, especially in this space. What's your take on this?
I think it's the leadership here in the UAE and in Dubai more specifically are very forward-looking when it comes to technology adoption. Number one, they realize the value from having the startups and the brightest minds being out of this country as well, provided all the logistical help that they need, provided all the talent, all the funding, the deployable kind of financing is world-class here and at every stage of the startup's life cycle. So you are literally spoiled here when it comes to regulation. You are literally spoiled for choices, when it comes to regulation, but also spoiled for choices when it comes to what kind of investment you want to attract to your company or startup. So you have, the family offices, you have the VCs, we have the different type of funds. We have the sovereign funds and much more ways to finance your project, including crowdfunding, including other ways of financing your project, including loans and access to liquidity from the crypto ecosystem as well as from the TradeFi.
Thank you, Dr. Marwan. I think diversification is a big word here, and then diversification of how you can do things in different ways. This is very interesting. Here we are with Dr. Marwan. Thank you for joining us today on this interesting episode, and hope you enjoy your rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy, and it's always a pleasure having sitting with you and chatting as well.